Hey YouTube, I'm Leah Lauder and I'm live now, and I'm going to be exposing the Plug Global Army Church cult today, Jer. And I've had quite a few survivors coming forward and exposing this church cult to me. I've had a girl come forward who said that she was speaking to false prophet Timothy Bayonne on an online dating website, and straight off the back he offers to yam out her batikris. So there's been a lot going on in this mega church cult. I've then had Timothy Bayonne's ex-girlfriend come forward and also disclose that she was actually still dating fake prophet Timothy when he was courting Nia Cerise. So it's just given that he's an opportunist and he's tried to use her on the come up to build this fake church cult that we have, the Plug Global Army Church. So this is what I'm going to be exposing today. YouTube, I am going to be going live from on Instagram right now. So I'm going to go ahead and go live there. Hey, Insta. Hey, Insta, it's Leah, your favorite mega church cult survivor, and I'm back. I'm also on YouTube live as well, and today I'm exposing Plug Global Army Church cult. I've been talking about false prophet Timothy Bayonne. And so basically, guys, when this girl reached out to me and told me that she said to me that she's got some tea on this chicken neck, and that was Timothy Bayonne that she was referring to. So I was really shocked. Do you know what I mean? Because I was shocked to hear that he was a prophet and, just offering to yam out her batikri straight off the back of that. So anyway, long story short, when I exposed him on the live, his ex-girlfriend now came on the live to basically say that she was his ex and that basically he had still been chatting to her whilst he was seeing Nia. And she basically said that Nia was a come up. He's an opportunist and he was looking for an opportunity. So that's why he did that up with Nia. So anyway, the background of the story, I'm going to give a little bit of history and context into why this church cult and these false prophets have come to my attention. So I went snooping around a bit and I found that Nia had documented their whole relationship. So they started talking in April of 2022. Timothy and his ex split up in May of 2022. So basically he premeditated going to look for Nia so that he could use her as the come up because she was a budding upcoming evangelist. So he slid into her DMs on April 2022, and then he's then proceeded to go to her church the next day to watch her preach. When he's gone to the church, he's then said on that day or the day after that the Lord revealed to him that that was his wife. The Lord didn't reveal nothing because he was still seeing his ex-girlfriend chair at the time. They had not fully broken up. They hadn't ended. You know how it is with your ex, guys? It's like you're on and off. So anyway, he's told her that the Lord revealed it to him. 2 weeks later, he's looking for engagement rings to buy this girl. 3 weeks later, they're in marriage counseling. So this is not the Lord told me this. And this is the hyper religiosity that they have in these church cult spaces. This is why people end up getting abused. This is why people end up marrying people that are dusty. Do you know what I mean? That can't provide for them, that can't, have no emotional intelligence to provide for their needs or their physical, mental, emotional needs. So this is why we have the state that the mega church is in, where anyone can come and get up and say that they're a pastor and start a church cult. What I also want to add is that Timothy was working in Pret-a-Manger. Timothy was working in Pret-a-Manger at the time, and we've got receipts of that, him asking the girl what she wants, and she said she wanted a cinnamon bun. So he was working in Pret, and then all of a sudden he had this epiphany, this awakening that he was going to start doing up church. So his ex helped him to come up with the name The Plug, allegedly. She was going around looking for venues, looking for halls, like really helping him to facilitate that. And I've got that all on my live, on my content that I've done on TikTok. So anyway, these false prophets will come in because their ministries are built on sand. That's why when the waves, this comes, they can't handle it. So long story short, she was the one who actually founded and helped him start up the Plug, but he's a finesser. So he sold a different story to Nia. Do you understand? Where he's saying that he's hearing from the Lord. Another thing I want to mention is that Timothy had a very fractured and has a very fractured relationship with his mother. Okay. He has an unsecure attachment, and that's how, because he's a narcissist. So allegedly, according to his ex. So what I want to say is him and his ex formed a trauma bond because she had an unsecure attachment growing up with her mother. And so did he, because his mum's apparently some big evangelist or pastor or whatever. I think it's in Angola. And then she's got a big following in Portugal. That's what he told her anyway. So he said that he never got to spend time with his mum. Hey, Isaac. His mum was never there for him. Do you understand what I'm saying? So he's got this mindset where he feels neglected as a child. And most pastors' kids will, because their parents will neglect them to do the ministry, the work of the Lord. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they formed a trauma bond based off that. Okay, so that's why she knows a lot of his business. We've got receipts of him sending text messages, forwarding text messages about his mum to send his ex to say, oh, don't you think she's, like slagging her off. So we've got all of that. I want to let you know that this Pastor Timothy, this is why they're dangerous. They'll be coming in the church and they'll be doing up, because he came from nowhere, remember, because the mega church world is small and I've got mega church cult pastors. So word on the mega church cult streets is that people were saying they shouldn't have got married because she didn't know Timothy, and it just happened really quickly. And Timothy came from nowhere. That's what word in these mega church cult streets, like we don't know him, like where did he come from? So everyone was saying that it was a come up thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? But he's finesse Nia. Because these Barbara the Builders and Pikmishas, these women who are beggars, do you know what I mean? They're going to take any man. Do you get what I'm trying to say? They don't care. Do you get it? Because they're so desperate for a man. They're so desperate to be called a wife. They're so desperate to have this title and this position that they will take anyone. It clouds their judgment. So they become blinded, especially these hyper-religious women. Like all these prophetesses and these hyper-religious women, apostles, whatever they want to call them damn self. Like they are the ones who are the most messed up mentally. Okay, so they throw themselves into the religion and they become hyper religious. They use it as a cloak and they use it as a coping mechanism. Do you understand? That's why you'll see them all shabaya kasataya shikaya baba like in the cult. Do you understand? Because instead of them doing up that, they should be going and getting therapy. But they're going and doing mind-altered practices, which is sending them into a further cognitive dissonant state in which the leaders are just abusing them. And it just becomes this repetitive cycle of abuse. So that's what's been going on in the mega church. So anyway, after that now, they just got married. I can't even remember how long it took, but they got married. But during that time when they started to become a couple and whatever, because they're just as corrupt as each other, they were selling a singles masterclass. Hey, say no to cults. They were selling a singles masterclass from £250 to £650 upwards. They were not even married. They had been courting for a couple of months. So this is how corrupt it is. Because you see, when you get two corrupt people coming together, then it's like there's no one. Thank you, girl. There's no one to tell them, oh, don't do this. This will look funny, or do you know what I mean? Because they're just all about the money. Do you get it? So that's why they did that up. And then people started talking and saying, why are they doing up this single stint? They've only been married for 5 minutes. It's all about money. So they started getting exposed. So in these church cult spaces, it's just all about money. It's all about ego. It's all about people having these titles and positions, because they have to create the titles and positions to abuse us. They have to create the titles and positions because the cult leaders have grandiose ideologies of themselves. So we need to internalize that. It's a lot of projection. And then they indoctrinate us through the self-sealant, through the transcendent belief system and the Fort Reform program to see these pastors as these great men of God. Do you know what I mean? It's like touch not the Lord's anointed. It's like do the prophets no harm. So it's like they then create social constructs of what they see as persecution, accusation, sacrifice, worshiping the man of God, being disrespectful to the man of God. They reprogram our mind. They indoctrinate our mind. They groom us to see the man of God like that so he can abuse us, and we won't pull them up on it. That's why everyone's getting abused in the church. No. We don't speak against pastor. We can't speak against pastor. We mustn't. We must leave it to the Lord. The Lord will deal with the pastors because it says, touch not the Lord's anointed. Is that a good what is it? A good impersonation of Nikki Walcott from Gospel Church Cult that's in there literally grooming women? Is that allegedly? Is that a good impersonation? So all of this feeds into the culture of the church cult, because then everybody has to be socially conformed, okay, to the environment, to the culture, and basically in these church cult settings, it's what the pastor says goes. It's what the pastor says goes, and that's just what it is. So no one can have an opinion. It's that negative influence that they exert over the people. And guys, you know, when you look at all these cults, yeah, especially SPAC, because SPAC just have a whole load of rentals and they're all in debt. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's what word on the street is. That's what the SPAC survivors are saying, chair. So what you need to understand, guys, is a lot of what they do in these church cults is all smoke and mirrors. It's to gaslight us. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because these men of God, they're sponging off us. They're taking our money. We're the ones giving. We're the ones that are this machine churning the cult. That's why do you see these pastors are afraid and scared now? Like since we started speaking out, we've become a collective. We're speaking our truths. The pastors are afraid. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're all in hiding now. They're all trying to do up damage control, and just because now they're like they're do you know what? Now their focus isn't recruitment, getting people in. Their focus is damage control. It's maintaining the established people that they have, because they also need the pillars, and they don't want that empire to all come crumbling down. So although they need the increase and they need the pillars, they need their leaders in a firm position to be able to lead the flock. Because if they don't have the leaders, then it just turns into a mess. Touch not the Lord's anointed is the most used scripture out of context. Yes, I agree. And do you know what, guys? I'm so glad that in 2025, like if you had said this a couple of years ago, there would still be a lot of people that would challenge you. But in 2025, thank God we're in an era now where people's eyes are opening. Do you know what I mean? And they're coming to the realization, that it's just all human fecal matter. Do you know what I mean? Like everything's about control. And when you clock it, when you're in there, you see that everything's about control. But let's get back to Timothy, because I do need to expose him. So basically, the long and short of it is the most scandalous story about Timothy that's come out is that he, but do you know what, babe? SPAC aren't all GMs, you know. They're not all GMs, and they've only got a few GMs in there because you can't indoctrinate a real gangster. They're all young people that were victims of child criminal exploitation, CCE. So they were the youngers that would get sent out to do the footwork, and they were doing up county lines. They weren't no big bosses, or because they wouldn't have been in the church, because Toby wouldn't have been able to hoodwink or like entice or just be a whore basically, and use like lustful things like cars and money and things like that with olders, because they're getting it in. Do you understand? It's the youngers, it's the young ones. Do you understand that he can use to groom and, say, we'll get you the trainers, and say, we'll get you the chicken. That's how it starts. Yeah, do you get it, babe? So there's no real guys that we give SPAC too much. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't really have, because I've spoken to SPAC survivors. You know what I mean? Like a real GM can't go to church, because they've got so many people looking for them to unalive them. They couldn't sit in a church service for 2 hours. So if you can sit in a church and you can do up church, you weren't a real gangbanger, because you can't do that. Because someone will come in there. They don't care if you're going to church. They're going to light it up. They don't give a damn. So all of that is it's a market. It's marketing for them. That's why I get so angry with SPAC, because like Toby's like all of the big, like corporations like Nike, like JD Sports, like Foot Locker. He's no different, using the hood popular culture to get money, to make money out of it. That's what he does. All right, so back to Timothy Bayonne. So basically, the long and short of it that you need to know is that Timothy Bayonne had a friend that was LGBTQ+. That's a famous American photographer that came from America, allegedly, but we have the receipts, to take photos of him. I think to up his profile, I think he wanted to update his profile with the pictures. So anyway, this guy's come from America, and his ex was texting him whilst he was there, like, where are you? When are you coming back? We've got the receipts of them going back and forth. Yeah, I'm going to check with her if I can share those receipts, because I've had enough of Timothy Chair. So, but everything at the right time. So long story short now, but I will show you the picture, some of the pictures. So basically, this American famous photographer came from America to take some pictures of Timothy Bayonne. His ex was messaging him, asking him, when is he going to come home? When is he coming back? This, that, and the third. He was saying that he was there and he was going to stay the night. So he slept the night, and he spent 2 nights in the hotel, allegedly, with this famous photographer. These are some of the pictures. I've got one picture that I'm going to show people. And this was sent by his ex. I've got permission to show this. So this is one of the pictures that the LGBTQ+ photographer took. This is one of the pictures that the LGBTQ+ photographer took of Timothy in the hotel. Very, very steamy. Thanks for the follow, my love. So those are the kind of photographs that he was taking in the hotel. Okay. I have other pictures set, because she's got the whole ST card. So she only showed me those receipts recently. So those are the pictures that Timothy was taking. So hopefully once I do the content, I'm going to be asking his plug church members if they feel that that's appropriate for an apostle, a man of God, to be taking very steamy pictures that an LGBTQ+ photographer was taking. Because me personally, I've said I've got a survivor. I love you, Hannah. She doesn't mind me talking about her. And she is a lesbian. Okay, and a very proud one. And she's told me, like, she even fancied me in the church. Do you know what I mean? I was supposed to be her shepherd child. She used to tell me, I fancy you, Leah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, girl, it's scandalous everywhere, girl. This is what they're doing up. So, but I wouldn't get undressed in front of Hannah. Do you know what I mean? Because I know she's attracted to my body. Like I'm not going to ask Hannah to take pictures of me covering myself. And you know what I mean? Because she's going to get aroused. I'm going to be causing her to sin. So as an apostle, Timothy Bayonne, because I know you're watching, how do you think that that's right? Again, I just want to say I stand with my LGBTQ plus community. Please, I'm not against you guys. I'm not, but when I'm talking about this in context of the church cult, they are phobic. Do you understand what I'm telling you? So I have to expose it from a lens of the mega church cult. And this is just absolutely shocking that an apostle of a, like this church where they're claiming that you're going to go to HELL for being LGBTQ plus. So why have you got a photographer? She even said in her receipts, yeah, guys, I'm going to go soon because I've done a lot this morning. I've been on live a lot. But basically she said, oh, how can you say that it's okay? She said you were NAKAD in the pictures. How did you think that's appropriate? This is a girl. She's not a prophet. She's not a pastor. She's nothing. She just attends. She just goes to church. She's just a Christian. Why has she got more sense? Why has she got more conviction? Why is she more of a Christian than a man that's claiming to be an apostle and pastor in a church with loads of people? I want to also add that there was a lot of gaslighting, a lot of emotional manipulation with this relationship. Timothy Bayonne's ex has said that he's one of the most narcissistic men that she's ever met. The other girl who met him on the dating website where he offered to eat out her batty crease, she didn't let him even eat out her batty crease, guys. That's the bottom of the barrel. She wouldn't even let him touch her because when they had that conversation, the rhetoric and the talk was so hyper eggshellized that she didn't feel safe to go and meet the guy. She was like, oh, he's moving mad. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to go and meet him. He's moving nuts. And another thing that stuck out to her, which was the reason why she stopped talking to him, and she said she had to expose it, is because when he was chatting to her actively, he was traveling to different parts of Europe to preach. And this was also in 2022, towards the end of the year. So him and Nia were definitely going together when that happened. But I've been putting posts out about the Plug Global Church, yeah. And basically, there's another girl that's come online to say that she met Timothy on a dating site and if she was to talk. So I've messaged her. I'm waiting for her to get back to me. So the women have started coming forward. I also want to say that survivors from Plug Global Army have started coming forward. I think that because it's quite a new church cult, these people have left recently. So they're not ready to come full out and talk about their experiences and give me a lot. But I have got a message that I'm going to be putting out there of a survivor that sent that to me in their own words, because there's been a lot of spiritual ABUSE in there, apparently. Okay. I'm going to go to some questions on Instagram. You know what, Leah? The photos were bad within itself, but it's the fact that he said the guy came onto him in the hotel room. Oh, that's you. All right, his ex is on here. So he's saying the pictures were bad enough. But what she's saying is that the guy, the LGBTQ plus photographer, said that he made a move on him, but he still proceeded to stay there for the couple of days. I want to say that, and babe, I hope this isn't too triggering, but the psychological tactics and the love bombing and the gaslighting that he used on you is absolutely disgusting. I'm not even going to lie, girl. I'm not even going to lie. And I don't want to trigger it for you, but the fact that he felt so comfortable to tell you these things, he thought he had you right where he needed you. And that's why another thing as well is he's been watching her statuses up until recently. There's some text message. Oh, I think I have. Babe, have you got my other number? There's because she sent me some receipts, and basically on these receipts, girl, I'm going to call you afterwards because we need to get some content out about him. In these receipts, basically it shows when did he send you that message when he was checking on you, like, oh, how are you? But the thing is, I mean, this girl's a baddie and she's pretty. So there's that side of things, for his ego to just know he's still got her there. She's still going to respond to him. There's that element of it. But there's also the element of it that it's narcissism. Do you understand? Because he knows that she's got receipts that could destroy him. She knows that she's got information on him. She knows his secrets. So he's not messaging her because he's checking up on her to see because narcissists, remember, they only care about themselves. They don't feel emotions and whatever. So he was still checking in and out to make sure, oh, I've got her where I have. But unfortunately, Timothy, you haven't, because God made it so that me and this girl knew each other from way back. Do you get it? And we had a really good relationship from way back. So, and that's why I think she's ended up speaking out as well, because she said she would have just left it, because she's dating an NBA coach now. Do you know what I mean? From America, child. You know there's money in basketball. You know what I mean? She was at a stadium the other day, front row seat. I'm getting flued out. So it's like she didn't want to expose this. She was like, oh, just let him get on with it. God will deal with him, because she's got her own stuff that she's dealing with. She's dating a millionaire, so she doesn't care. Do you know what I mean? Like the last time she was dealing with Timothy, she was young and naive, and he was working in prep. So she's moved on. She's leveled up. She's not interested in him. Do you get what I'm saying? But the reason why she felt like, do you know what, let me say something, was because obviously she's clocking that he's doing this with other women as well. Because I brought out that he did this with the girl with 2022. So she's thinking, wait, hold on. And then there'd been other situations where he'd gone to meet other girls. We've got the receipts for that. He went to go and meet another girl when he was with her. But she was a catfish. He weren't feeling her when he met her. But you see with Nia, he doesn't care what she looks like. And do you know what I mean? And it's giving DL vibes allegedly. So I don't think he cares what the girl looks like, to be honest. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why it's adding up, because usually guys who have they're hyper sexualized, they are usually the ones that are LGBTQ plus, because of that hyper sexuality. They need it. It's like a supply. Do you get what I'm saying? Because really what they want to do is just be with men. That's the only thing that will satisfy them. But they're running from self and their identity. And then we've got the extra layer of him being a pastor's son. We know that the pastor's kids are absolutely just nuts. Do you know what I mean? So he's got the extra layer of the trauma from his childhood of feeling neglected by his mother, because he's this big evangelist who hasn't been there for him. She was never at any school meetings, nothing. Then he said that he felt like the black sheep of the family, because his brother, who was in America, I think he's the preacher, so that's why he puts on that. I don't care what anyone says, that American accent's not real. Do you know what I mean? That guy should just be himself. Do you know what I mean? Like even the girl, you know, the girl that he volunteered to yam out her batty crease. She was like, "Is his name even Timothy?" You know them ones. I was busting up. I was falling off my chair, because she was like, "Man like that, Leah, you can't believe a word they say." I said, "Oh, babe, I think his name is Timothy." All right. You know what, Leah? The photo. Oh, okay, I've read that one. He proceeds to say in the text he's laying in the bed with him. All right. So when he said that the guy came onto him in the hotel room, he then said that he was laying in the bed with him. I think for narcissists, like these type of guys, it's almost like a fetish as well. Do you know what I mean? Because he's living on the edge. He's got his girl waiting at home for him whilst he's in the hotel with this LGBTQ plus photographer doing God knows what. But it's like a kink. Do you know what I mean? It's like it arouses them. Do you know what I mean? It's like a man who cheats. Do you know what I mean? Like that adrenaline of like going out and doing something naughty. Because most men who cheat, their lives are boring, mundane, and dry. It's like watching paint dry. Because the women have let go of themselves. They become mothers. They turn into like Molly the maid. Do you know what I mean? They turn into mothers. It's like they treat the men like little kids and little boys. So the men run away. They naturally run away from that control. It's like, you know, when you're a parent and your kids like start to rebel and whatever, to the strictness and whatever. Because these single married wives are very strict. Do you know what I mean? They want everything on time. They want the husband to do this one. It's a living hell. That's why the men are out there cheating. So I don't condone it, but I'm just saying that it takes two to tango, child. Because if you let yourself go as a woman and the man cheats, and I don't think I don't care if it's controversial. If you listen, if you're a Pick-Nisha and a Barbara the Builder, and you have duped that man, you have deceived that man into thinking that you are kind-hearted and you are really a wife and you are really a mother, them gal them don't want them kids. They had them kids to trap the man. Especially these Nigerian men that are cheating. You see these women just keep having the kids in the hope that the man's going to stay with them, child. Then you want to be crying wolf. Ooh, he cheated. You knew he was cheating on you. That's why you had a new child every 2 years. Because when you saw that the woman that he was dating or was with started to get a certain hold on him, that's when you started to have another youth. Because you're trying to trap the man and keep him there. And you know these Nigerian brothers are all about culture and family, child. It's part of it's the indoctrination. So they're not going to leave the women. So back to Timothy, he told me it was his friend's graduation, but to find out it wasn't the truth. Come to find out it wasn't true. Okay. Oh, thanks, Kitty. All right. So basically, back to Timothy, when he went to go and meet the girl, he said he was going to meet his friend at a graduation. That's what he said he was going to do. But this ex she's an investigator, child. She's like a private detective. So she gets all the tea. She went to go and find all the receipts and found out that he was going to link the girl. But because he wasn't attracted to her, she was a catfish. he didn't pursue it. There's enough, and what the reason why I'm saying all of this, guys, is because I want us to see the finessing, opportunist behavior that Timothy Bayon is guaning with. Because he also had, was it a marketing company? He was an entrepreneur doing up marketing. Isn't that convenient? A lot of these mandem in the church cult, they're just good at marketing and promo, that's all. And then they're good speakers, like charismatic. So basically, he had a marketing company. Yeah. Long story short, he was working, there was a woman that was giving him a lot of clients. So his ex-girlfriend basically questioned him about it and said, the relationship with you that you have with this woman is very inappropriate. Do you know what I mean? Like, why do you have that dynamic of a relationship with her? Like, do you get what I'm saying? You're supposed to be working together because it was given. Do you know what I mean? Like, inappropriate. Do you know what, Tyrone? Do you know what, Tyrone? Are you still on here? Do you know these man then plug on whatever? Because you know what, Tyrone? You've been here praying like a monitoring spirit. You follow every single person, Tyrone Chambers, that's on here. Why are you on my live? Why do you want to be on here? Yeah, you see how he's gone, you little idiot. Let me block him, man. He's just on here to come and do his monitoring spirit. He's so dusty, man. Just like the dusty man them in the he's dusty. As soon as I started calling him out, he's run off like a little princess. Do you know what I mean? I'm more of a man than all of you lot in the church cult. You lot are a bag of gyal. You're a bag of females, man. You're always concerning yourself with female issues and female problems and female rhetoric. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what you do up. Tyrone Chambers, I don't know who that is, girl. Anyway, so she had to tell him that the relationship's inappropriate. So she's locked him. Timothy's locked off the girl now to be with his ex. Guys, don't think, yeah, that he started to lose all the clients. Is that why he had to go and work in Pret, girl? So what we're seeing like it's really poor character traits. Do you understand what I'm saying to you guys? To the point where this is not the character that an apostle should have. Go and read your Bible and look at the characteristics that an apostle and a bishop needs. They need to be blameless, husband of one wife. Do you get what I'm saying? Be able to control his family and all of that. Timothy can't control nothing. It's all chaos. He's a scared little boy child. Do you know what I mean? So this is the stuff that has been going down with Timothy Bayon. This is my latest breaking news as well. His ex came Insta. I'm coming back. I'm just going to get the picture. His ex was on TikTok, minding her own business, scrolling through, and then she comes across, let me just send this. She comes across a picture. It popped up on her FYP on TikTok, okay? And she's looking at this picture now, and she's thinking, raw, what's going on? So as she's looked at the picture, guys, don't think that when she's pre'd it, oh, did it not send? 1 second, guys. Oh, it has. So why isn't it coming up? So don't think when she sent it, yeah, that don't think when she's seen the picture, she's clocked that he's wearing her coat in the picture. 1 second, guys. She's clocked that he's wearing her coat in the picture. So he came to our house one day. He just had on like a football shirt, jersey, and then it got cold in the night. You know what this weather's like in the UK. So she offered to let him borrow her coat, and it was an oversized coat that she bought from the men's section in a shop. Okay, so she's never been given back her coat. Yes, when he couldn't use her anymore, the clients went. He's nothing but a user. All right. So what she's saying is that he's a user. He just discards women. He uses them and then discards them. And but the thing is with Nia, because you see, like it's a supply. It's a supply. Like, you know, she's got that prophetic. She does up all of that. She's helping him to grow the church. She's helping him to bring in money. She's a big supply for Timothy. And narcissists, that's what they settle down with. Like when they get someone that's going to be like the ultimate supply for them, that's when they settle down because they can't love. So all of that is all fake. All of his crocodile tears, all of that tears that Timothy was crying on the wedding day, yeah, all of those tears, they were not real. They were not because he loved her those tears were because it was for himself, because he was proud. It's not everyone that cries tears, child. He was proud. Do you understand what I'm saying? Of himself, because it's like his mom, everyone's there to see him. He's made it. That's all it's about. So this is the picture, y'all. I'm going to show you on YouTube. This is the picture. This is the picture of him with Nia Cerise in his ex-girlfriend's coat. And Timothy, if you watch this, especially Nia, can we have back the coat? Yeah, can we have back the coat? Because she likes this coat. So if you could please return the coat. She wants her coat back. Yeah? You can get it delivered to me. She would like her coat back. Yeah, this is the picture. This is the coat, y'all. This is the coat. Check the screenshot. Okay. His ex is saying he can keep the coat. So Timothy, you can keep it. Sorry, girl, I forgot that you're with your NBA coach boyfriend. That's raking in millions. You don't need that coat, do you, girl? Oh yeah, because you had the credit card, didn't you, not too long ago? She was telling me that she's got her man's credit card, but she don't take the PISS. Girl, when I get that credit card, yeah, I'm gonna be blowing it up, maximum limit. But yeah, so she don't need it because she's bought loads of coats since then, yeah. We're not broke over here. All right, I'm going to read out what it says in the screenshot, and this is the voice of his ex-girlfriend. Also, I'm going to start to get ready to go now, guys, and wind down because I've done from morning until now, yeah. I've just been on live, but I'm not going to let them win. I won't let them win. You know, but I've already won. I look great. Do you know, I look fabulous. I've already won. Do you know what I mean? I am the winner. Do you know what I mean? Put me in a lineup with any of these church gal them. And remember, we all have to say things about ourselves. Oh God, I'm a vibe. As soon as I open my mouth, they're falling in love. Do you know what I mean? So minakir. So I'm gonna read it out. Girl, tell me why when I'm scrolling on TikTok, minding my own black business, and this comes up. What's cracking me up is the fact that he's wearing my jacket. I remember one day he came to my house, but left really late. So outside was cold and I gave him my jacket to wear back home. I actually liked that jacket too. So you see these finesses, they'll take everything. They'll take the shirt off your own back, chair. They'll take the coat off your own back. I'm actually going to do some content on the Plug Global Army. So guys, make sure that you're following my Instagram, make sure that you're following my TikTok so that you can get all of the fresh, hot off the press content. This has been Leah Lauder, your favorite social justice activist, your favorite cult survivor. How many cult survivors are there and social justice activists out there that are doing up cults, guys? I think it's only me, Jer. So that's the joke. That's the pun behind your favorite, because who else is there? But anyway, guys, I love y'all. Like I really do. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much, for being there. This is why I've got the mic out. Oh, also, I have a podcast. I have a podcast on Podbean, guys. I don't know if it's up there. You're going to have to go and look and tell me if it is, chat. Because I've got 2 episodes on there. I went on live today as well. That's why they were trying to get me off the net, because now I look professional with the mic. Do you get it? So please go and follow me up on my Podbean. I hope you guys appreciate all the content and all the things I'm doing at the moment. Your girl is booked and busy online. I'm in my vlogging era. So I am going to be putting out a lot more content today. So thanks for listening, guys. I love y'all. Thank you, Insta. I'm going to be back soon. Thank you, YouTube. I'm going to be back soon. Thanks for your support. Please subscribe, share, and like.